right, moving on. You Twitter addicts, get off Twitter. I don't know why anyone still uses Twitter. Their constant censorship is just absolutely ridiculous. Get on Mastodon. And by Mastodon, I really mean the Mastodon protocol and not the Mastodon app. I would not download this app to save my life. Mastodon itself does do censoring, but the protocol, the Fediverse, as it's called, behind it doesn't. Anyone can spin up their own instance of the Fediverse. Much like LBRY, it is a protocol. It is an open source protocol, and you can own everything and use your own server to host everything to everyone else if you want. Now, I do use another platform that is hosted by someone else because it's convenient to me, but I have figured out how to set one of these up if I ever needed to, and it wouldn't be the end of the world. So Mastodon, the protocol, not Mastodon, the app, is what I recommend. So let's talk about some apps then to talk to it. If you're on Linux, Toodle is a Flatpak. You're available on FlatHub. This is the one I use on my Linux desktop. I think it's really, it's basic. There's nothing special to it, but it works pretty well. If you just want something so you don't have to log into a web browser every time, you want it just to be stored in your keychain on your desktop, an app like this is convenient. That's why I have it. For my Android, I have Fedilab. There's also Fedilab Lite if you think this one's too heavy, although I think it's really, really, really light, even though this is supposed to be the heavier one. Again, fully open source. It uses the Mastodon protocol, but it is fully open source, and it's easy to plug all sorts of Fediverse instances into it to get your continuous stream from the many places and servers that you want, all in one place. So Fedilab is what I'd recommend on Android. Again, this one's only available that I know of in the F-Droid store. I don't believe you can get this in the Google Play Store. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But again, I'd still rather get it from the F-Droid store because of the source code issues. Another one I want to bring up for you gamers is Discord. I don't use Discord a whole lot, but I know a lot of people that do. I do play games a lot. I just don't really use this very much. I just wanted to bring it up as it is also another decentralized social media platform. You can host your own Discord. All right, for personal communication. For personal communication, I use Signal Private Messenger. I think that it currently is the best option out there. Now, I know a lot of privacy advocates will disagree with me, and I understand that there are applications that are more private and more secure than Signal. I'm going to acknowledge that fact right away. So if you're going to put that in the comments, I understand. That's not why I like Signal. I like Signal because it is fairly secure and it is also approachable. One big problem that I see in privacy-focused applications is all the hoops you have to jump through to get the privacy, and Signal doesn't do that. Signal just encrypts your messages out of the box automatically. So if you can get users, you can get your friends, you can get your family to switch to Signal, the experience is rather like iMessage, except for you have end-to-end encryption. You can hide your communications from anyone who might be trying to pry in and look, except for the people you're talking to. Now, one of the big problems and criticisms of Signal is that it uses your phone number as an identifier, and that's true, it does. But this makes setup easy. It also allows your contacts to know that you're there already. That's the reason that they do it. And again, this is one of those, what are you willing to trade here for privacy? Are you going to just not talk to anybody anymore? Because that's very private, but it's also not a great way to live your life. I found convincing people to use Signal to be relatively easy, although I still get some pushback sometimes. But Signal, people are open to using Signal in a way that they're not open into using, I don't know, Brax.me, Braxman, the internet privacy guy, his channel, he pushes that. It's his application, and it is a good application. But it's more difficult for me to convince people to use that. Signal feels and looks a lot like iMessage, so people are comfortable with it. It functions easily. It usually works really well. Sometimes it can get a little buggy if it needs an update, but so do all apps, so I'm not going to criticize Signal for that. It's also fully open source, and there's no ads. People like this kind of thing. So Signal is my recommendation, and I use Signal a whole lot. You see, I even have it here on this computer right here, Signal. All right, the last thing I want to talk about today is Minds. Now, if you're a Facebook user, Minds is probably my favorite choice to be ditching Facebook. Now, it's not a Facebook, it's not like identical to Facebook. It's not exactly the same. But It is a place for free speech, for people to communicate. There are all sorts of people on here. It's not just political. I know you'll hear that it's political. Of course, there's political speech on it, but that's normal. Minds is a Facebook where one big challenge I think social media has is they have to eliminate some things, because some people don't want to see just a bunch of pictures of naked people. I'm one of those people. I really don't want to join social media where that's all it is. And if you have totally free speech with no regulation at all, that's what you get. You get obscene content that you don't want. Minds federates the control of blocking people. And for that reason, I like it, because you're not just getting someone of a certain persuasion blocking people. It's almost like a courtroom. And so I like that about Minds. There's a lot of people on Minds talking about all sorts of stuff. I don't get on social media a whole lot, except for the YouTube and YouTube alternatives like LBRY. I'm on those a whole lot, but that's sort of my domain. But I do get on these sometimes and join some conversations, and this is one that I want everyone to be aware of. All right, I know this video was a little bit different than other videos I've made. I'm going to go back to more how-to videos. This is also a video, though, to see if you guys want more content like this, or if you want me to cover some things that I mentioned in here with more detail. Let me know what you think in the comments below. As always, thank you for watching The Linux Guy. Make sure to follow us on LBRY. Make sure to send us a tip if you feel so inclined. Make sure to follow us on Odysee if you're looking for more of a YouTube experience. We're over there, too. And thanks again for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.